Hey everyone, welcome to Founders 365 with me, Steven Haggerty. Today I'm joined by the co-founder of Kwick Doctor, Salman Khan. How are you, man?
I'm all right, you tell me.
Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for your time. And I guess let's get the ball rolling like we do with every single guest with just an overview, a very quick overview of what Kwick Doctor is, what you guys do, and who you serve.
Okay, so basically, Kwick Doctor is a healthcare AI healthcare app, and at the moment we are providing healthcare services, almost a full stack of it. So basically, video consultation with your doctor, uh, medicine delivered at your doorstep, lab test samples can be collected from your doorstep. All the results and everything is digital, paperless, and few other services that will be added in, like a panic button, or you can call it an emergency button,
Hmm.
and tracking, notifying your next to kins and everything. Everything can be done remotely,
All in
uh,
one.
all in one. And also, one more thing that we are very proud of, and we got selected out of 17,000 entries from the world, World Economic Forum selected us. It's called a COVID-19 remote monitoring system that we are working on.
Hmm.
We are in R&D phase at the moment, but our scope and the whole thing that we have created and send them the whole proposal and everything. They accepted it. We are in top 15 at the moment.
Amazing. So you guys started off in 2017. What was going on in your world where you were like, right, this is my next project. This Kwick Doctor is going to be born, and I want to develop this. What was going on in your world there at that time?
Okay, so for that, I have to tell you a little story. Basically, what happened is I am from Pakistan and I was in UK at that time, and I was working in the IT industry, and uh, uh, like few of us, we were sitting together and we were just like working on some ideas that we can do something in UK and create some app. So a lot of different ideas was coming in. My house was the place that we all used to come and
Hmm.
get around and work on certain ideas. Then this incident happened that somebody back home, my mother lives in Pakistan, right? So somebody back home got like, she's a maid, she used to help my mother and everything. So she got misdiagnosis, and a lot of other issues happened in
Right.
terms of her health, right?
Hmm.
And what I found out that basically UK is a welfare state. Everyone get the equal treatment without much
Yep.
of a charges. And if you want to go private,
Good
then
old
it's
NHS.
yes. So, but not in Pakistan as such. They do provide a lot of services free, but the standard is not up to the mark. So my main aim was to create something, and suddenly that really hit me. So I wanted to create something that can be affordable, available, quality healthcare for everyone, at least in
Hmm.
Pakistan. And that's what I wanted to start with. And then, we were working in AI and other IT related industry. So we designed something that how we can, we firstly we created all the problems. There was a there's a term called quack doctors,
Hmm.
and at least this part of the world, you will find a lot of quack doctors. They're not actually a doctors, but they practice as a doctors, and a lot of people
Crazy.
go to them. Yes, so a lot of people go to them, and they really mishandle the case. So that's what
Wow.
actually happened to that lady.
Hmm.
So because of that, I moved back and I designed this in UK when I was in UK. Me and plus two more partners of mine, co-founders. So out of all of three, I decided that I'm gonna move back and I'm gonna start this app in Pakistan and
Amazing. What
create everything, create the ecosystem, and tackle the problems that I will face. Because again, UK and Pakistan is two completely
Yeah,
different kind
for
of
sure.
marketing.
What
Yes.
was what were some of the biggest challenges in those early days then for you to start developing it and just understanding that real need of what you wanted to create?
Okay, so there were a lot of challenges. One of the few was the bandwidth issue that we were just discussing.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, Pakistan internet now, well, it's improving amazingly because of 5G is coming in, and a lot of other things are like improving it. Back in 2017, we were still facing some issues. So that's why when we created the video consultation part, we worked really hard on it because we wanted the video link to work on minimum bandwidth.
Hmm.
So that was one of the issue. Then we worked on the AI side of it, that facial recognition, that if somebody misuse the app as a doctor, we can within seconds, like not more than 2 seconds, we can figure out that okay, this is not the actual person
Wow.
who's sitting in front of a camera and try to diagnose somebody. So we can block them within 2 seconds.
Wow.
So yes, so that's one thing. And another thing that we work on was, believe it or not, Pakistan e-commerce side, we don't have much of fintechs here. So we work on COD model. It's called cash on delivery model.
Hmm.
Uh, so now we do have a lot of fintechs coming in. Pakistan market grows amazingly in last 3 years, I must say. But at that time, all the big site like there's a site like eBay in Pakistan called Daraz.pk. It's backed by Alibaba Group,
Hmm.
right? So uh, they were working on the cash on delivery model. So we need to train our audience, like there's something that you can use your cards and everything, right? So and as I told you, I was working on minimum charges when it comes to providing the consultation and everything. And believe it or not, we literally charge less than $1.50 for each consultation.
Wow. How does it feel for you where you have gone from that place of seeing the demand and seeing the need and seeing those issues that you raised to creating the app, creating the product, and I guess getting to that stage where you can start to see that you're having an impact positively on people's health? How does that feel for you, knowing that 3 4 years ago it wasn't even around?
Yes. So basically, what I'm going to say, that was the time actually. It was Pakistan was starting to grow in. Pakistan was starting to grow into these apps and all these things. Basically, the right word will be 2012. That's where Pakistan market started to launch all these apps and
Hmm.
everything. Uber, when Uber moved to Pakistan, they even tweaked their model. So uh, you will be surprised that Uber charge cash here, not not through the card system
Yeah.
and everything. So they tweaked their model as well because they wanted to train the Pakistani audience first, and then move them toward the cards and all these other things. So this the same thing happened. We did the same thing. We spent a good amount of money educating people, providing free consultation, and sending people and the different marketing tactics, asking them to use it once, and you will see the difference. You will not going to stuck in queues. You don't have to wait in hospitals, like even NHS, right? If you go to NHS, you have to book a appointment,
Hmm.
and then when you go there, you have to wait. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that this is what we created. Like it's like within 2 clicks, the doctor will be appear in front of you. At least a GP level of doctor will be in front of you within 3 minutes
How
maximum.
how quickly did that education take to happen though? Because it sounds like this was a completely new way of doing things, completely new sort of, like you said, educating them. Was it easily taken aboard, or did you have to almost persuade people to trust trust the product?
So basically, our marketing budget was really huge when we started. We thought we are going to spend like somewhere around 75% of our spending, the budget on the marketing. Well, call it a luck for us, right? I'm just gonna
No such thing.
yeah, that COVID, right? A lot of businesses suffer.
Mm-hmm.
We our business multiply by at least 300 times,
Wow.
right? So people start leaving the video consultation rather than going to the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
because that COVID did the marketing for us.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
the mindset completely shift for people
yes,
feeling comfortable seeing doctors via video calls, and that whole dynamic changed literally overnight, really.
exactly. So during the COVID, the numbers of calls, not only us, there are a few other apps like us in Pakistan, and everyone did amazing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did, we were we were providing as a company, as CSR point of view, we completely made our app free for all,
Yeah.
right? We were not charging anything. Uh, Excuse me, any number of consultation that you want to do, you can do it free. And so as long as it's consultation and few other things that we can do for our audience, right, instead of spending that budget on a marketing, we spend it on to help people
Mm-hmm.
to get maximum consultations done.
Yeah.
So that really helped us grow a lot.
Love it. What do you think you've learned most about yourself over the last 3 years since co-founding Kwick Doctor?
Doing business is not easy. It makes Trust me.
Straight
uh,
away, it's just not easy.
it's not easy, but it's
But
much
what's
more.
not easy about it? What have you learned about yourself from from knowing that?
Okay, so patience is the key. You have to repeat yourself at least 5,000 times in front of 5,000 different people, at least, and you can multiply by 5,000 again.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what happened is I have to go and repeat the same things and explain people, but I start enjoying it. So the best part is I'm a marketer, right? So if I have to repeat something like thousands of times, I don't mind, as long as I can, satisfy the other person that look, this service will provide you this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what it is. And if you still have an issue, ping me up and I'm going to be there anytime. And this is what our main goal was. Like, whoever comes in, regardless, whatever the pocket size they have, right? As a client, for us, everyone is equal.
Yeah.
And we spend the same amount of time, same amount of service quality to provide them the same kind of a service that they will probably go privately. If they go, they can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. That's which is so fantastic. Who inspires you then? Who inspires you to, you mentioned patience. Who inspires you to be patient? Who inspires you to carry on with this mission that you've got? That you've got. Big question.
Different people, basically throughout my life. My father was a businessman when I was growing up, and I have seen him dealing with different people differently.
Mm.
And patient was one thing that um, he had, right? He used to do import export kind of a business, right? So I have seen him being patient sometime about certain things, and that was my inspiration, I think, to understand something sometime. Okay, let me be very frank here. Sometime when you go to I went to my first VC, and I have given him my presentation, and they were loving it. And they were saying, yeah, amazing job, and this, blah, blah, blah. Loved the forecast and
Saying all
everything,
the right things.
all the right things and everything. And you know, when I was back in my office, I thought, oh my God, I got it. Like, first go, I got it. But then I realized when I did not receive a phone call or an email for another 2 weeks, and I was very impatient about it. Basically, that will be the right word. I was like, why they're not calling me? And so I was a little disheartened. But that's where somebody that I know in Pakistan, he mentored me. He said, listen, when you're going toward the VC and when you're gonna see the VC and all these other people, right? They will do a thorough check, and even though if they like it or don't like it, at your face, they're going to be like, they're going to be they're going to say good things about you.
Hmm.
But after all, they're going to do their ROIs and all these things, and even then they can take up till few months.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. A lot of different VCs. I like, I've been through a lot of VCs, and then I realized, okay, what to understand. Like, basically, other than what they're saying, you need to understand their body language. They do give you
Yeah.
signals, right? That are they going to come in and invest or not. So when if you just going to follow the words, then you will get confused. That's
For
my advice
sure.
to other people.
For sure. What about resilience then? Because obviously, if you're going to meetings and and people are saying yes and they're not giving you a call, that for some people that will be super disheartening. That will be, very unmotivating. How do you maintain your resilience to get through the struggles? Because obviously, creating an app like yours and a service like yours, it's not a walk in the park. It's like you said, you have to make sure that people are seeing legit doctors and all these different protocols that you want to make sure that your product is of the highest standard. So how do you make sure that you get yourself through those times when perhaps things don't go quite to plan?
Okay, so basically, I have a very different personality. So if I go to somebody, right, and if I give my presentation, and let's say if they criticize it, I will like that meeting better than somebody's telling me, "Oh, everything looks hunky dory," and you guys going to be next unicorn or something.
Hmm.
So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you need to be a little like, thick skin. If somebody's not calling, that's fine. Go to the next person. There's a saying, has what you call it, fake it till you make it. If
Yeah,
I'm not
fake it
wrong,
till you make it.
right? Yeah. So basically, keep if this person don't believe you, go to the next person, then the
Yeah.
next person, then the next person. Trust me, we are human, we do get disheartened. But uh, what I believe is, if something don't kills you to make you stronger, if I'm not wrong, right? So this is what it is. If they tell you something and they don't come back and invest, just think like, okay,
On
it's all
to the
right.
next one.
Yeah, go to the next one, prepare
Yeah.
yourself better. Just do your, keep doing your uh, keep improving the pitch that you do, and do the, you know it's a good practice that you do your thing. At the same time, find somebody that you know of and tell them to become a devil's advocate, sort of a thing.
Hmm.
Tell them to ask you the tough question,
Yeah.
and then answer them with all the honesty.
Yeah.
And sometimes you will be surprised that people can ask you a question, even your friends can ask you a question that you're probably not thinking. An
Exactly.
investor can ask, and you
That's
need to
such a
be
that's such a
prepared.
great point because often, well, not very often, but I've seen it before where people do surround themselves with those yes people that will tell them every idea is a great idea, or every decision is a great decision. And if you add people into your circle that are actively going to challenge you all the time and actively question you and give you those tough questions, then, like you said, your product is going to improve, your pitch deck is going to improve, yourself is going to improve again because you're creating that thick skin, which is what you said, which is such a fantastic point. So thank you so much for that. What's next for you guys then? What's next for Kwick Doctor? I mean, you've achieved a lot in the 3 years already. You've mentioned about partnering with the COVID side of things, but what is next for Kwick Doctor in your big plans of worldwide domination, man?
No, you make us sound like a pharmaceutical right now. We are not.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet, and I hope never. But we need pharmaceuticals. They're going to be a key players with us eventually. So what I'm trying to say is basically, Quick Doctor. The reason I chose Pakistan, because this is the market that I knew. I was born Pakistani, then I moved to UK and stuff like that, right? So I know about the Pakistan market. So it was easy for me to come here, test the product,
Yeah.
improve it. And Pakistan was tougher market for me in terms of, like, UK has a lot of benefit when it comes to payment gateways and a lot of other things.
Hmm.
People are more aware of online or app industry
Yeah.
and stuff like
It's
that.
very set up to make things
Yeah.
easy.
Yes. but Pakistan was not, and that's why I call myself firstly an AI healthcare app, right? And then we are up. You can say eventually we will be a marketplace also.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing that I like to mention is healthcare. Any healthcare app other than, like, forget other apps. Let's talk about Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and few others. They're entertainment social apps, right? So you will go to them
Mm-hmm.
almost every day, a few times a day, depending how addictive you are towards those apps. You will not going to go to a healthcare app on a daily basis. So my main agenda, and this is something that I'm working on at the moment, to make my app something that people get some kind of a social element into it.
Mm-hmm.
So well, the new version will come very soon, and it's not going to be a boring app that you just go in and go to the doctors or something.
Yeah.
This app will be teaching you, and people will, like, let's assume like a TikTok. You will be
Mm-hmm.
getting a 15-second worth of a video from a different people. Uh,
Making it a desirable app rather than a
yes, a
necessary
desirable
app.
something that can give you knowledge, entertainment, but with a responsibility,
Yeah.
and not losing the touch of the seriousness that healthcare app should have.
I'm sure that is a very fine balance for you to, I suppose, discover it because no one's really done that side of things before.
Well, we are still working on it. I'm just saying it, but again, you used the right word, fine balance,
Yeah.
because it can be something. It can turn into something that we don't want,
Mm.
and that can be a problem for us.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
this is what we are trying to see, how we can manage that. The balance between
Mm.
the healthcare and somebody who is coming in and explaining about health and other
Yeah.
parts of it.
That yeah, creating that balance of having an app that's needed and very useful for people's health versus making people want to use it more and have it part of their daily lives or weekly routine, that kind of thing, which is very
Mm.
exciting. I mean, my final question for you then is how can people find out more about it? How can people follow the story more? What's the easiest way for them to do that?
Okay, so right now I will ask people to go on my Facebook page, Kwick Doctor, KWICK Doctor, and follow the page. You will get more knowledge about it. We are switching the cloud services, as I mentioned, and you will see actually the new version that we are launching, that is coming within a week time. Uh, uh, it's going to be available on iOS, Android, and a web version. We never had a web version earlier. We were
Perfect.
only working on an Android. So now the iOS plus the web version is coming in, and the facial recognition system is in, and we will be launching our app globally now. We still have some issues that we need to sort in terms of permissions and stuff, because this is a non-emergency app, right?
Hmm.
So certain people can avail certain services, and well, almost everyone, every service that you can find in Quick Doctor, you can avail it in Pakistan at the moment. But if you want to use it in the UK, right, you might not been able to use the panic button that we have, because again, we are not linked with the ambulances there
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
yet. We are not linked with the hospitals and stuff like that. We have a lot of partnerships with the hospitals here. So as I was explaining, if somebody is not feeling good, right, instead of calling 999 or 911 and whatever, regardless which country you are in, you just need to press you don't even need to open your app. You just need to press one button certain amount of time, and everything will be notified, and next to kin will be notified. Ambulance
Fantastic.
service come towards you, so stuff like that. So we need to
Amazing.
start creating partnership worldwide.
Very exciting times ahead, and I wish you all the best. I look forward to seeing how Kwick Doctor does develop, and I have no doubt that you'll be pioneering some very interesting things.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
Thank you, and thank everyone else for listening and watching. This has been Founders 365.